Bright Duty. Every student matters.
Now coming to discuss with the new subtopic, which is about the governor. The governor, who can become and what is the eligibility criteria to become a governor of a state. The contestant must be a citizen of India. The first criteria is must be a citizen of India. Age limit is 35 years. For MLA and MLC, there is the 25 years of age. For MP also the same. For MP also the same, 25 years of age. But to become the governor, 35 years of age. The contestant cannot be a member of parliament or state legislature. The contestant cannot hold any other salaried government post or office of profit. This is the most important thing to become a governor of the state. The same thing is written over here. According to this, the governor of a state, the constitutional provision is there. Article 153 to 167 of Part 6 of the Indian Constitution. In that it has been mentioned about the qualification, tenure, oath. Then it is the immunity and the removal of the, this is about the oath taking, the removal of the governor of a state, and the constitutional position of the governor. What position the governor can hold in a state. So everything has been mentioned in the Constitution, and here it is mentioned that the number of the article and the part of the Constitution. Part 6 is there and the number of article is 153 to 167. In these articles, entire description is given about the appointment of a governor. Then it comes about that the functions of a governor. The governor is appointed by the president. So we have the 28 states. In almost all the states, they have their own governor. Many a times, one governor can take care of the more than one state also. Governor is appointed by the president. A council of ministers and the chief minister will always be there to support the governor. For the support of the governor, they are always ready over there. The governor appoints the chief minister and the other ministers on his or her advice. With the advice of the chief minister, the governor appoints the other ministers. The advocate general for the state is appointed by the governor. Governor has the right to call the meetings, can call the house from time to time to prorogue the house and dissolve the legislative assembly. To address the house, this is the right given to the governor from the constitution, and he or she has the right to dissolve the legislative assembly. Governor's opinion. This is the governor's opinion is that what it says that while appointing the judges of the High Court, High Court is the most important. To take the opinion of the governor, while the appointment of the judges of the High Court is been done, it is very important part for the governor. Governor addresses the legislative assembly or send the message to the house. The governor has also the power to pass or reject a bill passed by the legislative assembly. Then he or she lays down the statement of the estimated expenditure, and the governor is only having the right to give the grants. This is all about that comes under the powers and functions of the governor. And other than this also, when the house is not there in the session, the governor may promulgate ordinances under certain urgent circumstances. With the urgent need, the governor has the power to promulgate the ordinances, to pass the ordinances. Then it comes about that advocate general. Who is the advocate general of the state? Each state in India as an advocate general who gives advice to the executive on all legal matters. The legal matters, this person is appointed by the governor, and it is his or her duty to advise the executive in the legal matter. He or she also carries out other important legal functions given to him or her by the governor. He or she is appointed by the governor and holds office as per the wish of the governor. There is no fixed term or tenure for the advocate general. Only a person who is qualified as a high court judge qualifies for this post. The same qualification is there. If a person is qualified to become a judge in the high court, that person can only qualify for the appointment of the advocate general. So this is about that, the position of the advocate general in the states. The secretariat, most important thing. This is the picture I have just taken out from that, the government site of the Nagaland. This is the secretariat. The executive function of the state are carried out by the several departments. In the previous slide, we have discussed about that. The different departments are there, different portfolios are there, and ministers are appointed for that to take care of the different departments. So what it says about that, the executive function of the state government are carried out by several departments. Each department lies under the charge of a minister who is the political head of the department. The different ministers, the different representatives selected by the people, who they are the members of the legislative assembly, they have been given the different departments. And the in charge of the minister is having the charges of the different department, and he or she is been considered as the political head of that department. Not the permanent, but the political. The secretary is known as the administrative head of the department, who acts as the chief advisor to the minister regarding entire policy and administration concerning to the department. Minister is the political head of that particular department, but the secretary is known as the administrative head of that department, and he or she acts as a chief advisor to the minister regarding the entire policies and the administration concerning to the department, whichsoever the department, finance is there, lawmaking is there, then defense is there, whatever it is. The secretary is the administrative head of that department. The offices of the secretary and the ministers are generally located in the secretariat. This is the name of the building, the state secretariat, where the secretary and the ministers, their offices are located in this, the secretariat. This is one of the building, the picture is given, figure is given about that, one of the picture of the secretariat. The secretary is an experienced senior officer from the Indian Administrative Services. They are not elected like the ministers or like the representatives. They are selected, they are recruited by the Public Service Commission. The offices of the secretary and the ministers are generally located in the secretariat. A large number of officers ranking downward from the secretary means that the hierarchical position, highest position is the secretary. Not talking and discussing about that the ministers. This is the administrative head. The secretary followed by joint secretary, deputy secretary, under secretary. So this is the, Miss can say that the sequence or in the hierarchical position or in the chronological order. The topmost level, the secretary, he is been assisted by the joint secretary, deputy secretary, and under secretary. Administrative officers are also there. Section officers are there. Upper division clerks, lower division clerks, then daftaris and other service staff works in the secretariat to carry out the functioning of the government. So other than the ministers, this is the entire the position, and all these positions are the permanent one. They all are selected, not they are elected. They are selected through the examination. The service commission is there, public service commission is there, to which this does IAS or the administrative services, Indian administrative services, who they conduct, and these secretaries are the experienced senior officers are given this chance to act as a secretary. So this is about that all these staffs in the secretary to carry out the functioning of the generally hierarchical system. Hierarchical means that the top to the low and the lowest to the top. System prevails and it goes down from the minister to the secretary and to other officials. So this way they are the officials concerned. It is why this system of government is called bureaucracy. So this entire system, what it is been known as the bureaucracy. The administrative unit of a state is divided into the divisions, which functions under the supervision of divisional commissioner. This is, the state is divided into the divisions. Every state, they have been divided into divisions and which functions under the supervision of the divisional commissioners. And each division is divided into districts under the control of the district magistrates. So this is what it is that, first of all, the state has been divided into the divisions, and who is the head of the division? This is the divisional commissioner. After this divisional commissioners, we have the district magistrates. Then we have after this district magistrates, the districts has been divided into tehsils and tehsils into the blocks. So at the tehsil level, we have tehsildars. At the block levels, we have block development officers. And at the block level, we have the BDOs or the block development officers. So this is about that, the entire thing. These units are supervised by tehsildars and the block development officers respectively. So after this, at the state level, we have the secretary. Secretary has been assisted by the joint secretary, deputy secretary, under secretary, different administrative officers, then upper division clerks, lower division clerks, daftaris, and the other service staffs are there working in the secretariat, who they are supposed to carry out the functioning of the government or the day-to-day functioning of the government. Other than that, for the administrative units at the state level, state has been divided into the different divisions. And these different divisions are being supervised by the divisional commissioners. Divisions are under the control of the divisional commissioners. Then these divisions are further divided into the districts. And here the district magistrate is supposed to take care of the districts. Similarly, each district has been divided into tehsils, where the tehsildars are there. And it is the responsibility of the tehsildar to take care of the tehsils. Then these tehsils are divided into the blocks. And at the block level, we have block development officers to take care of the blocks. So this is the entire unit of the administration. Then it comes about that the administration of union territories. This our topic is only the state governments and the union territories. So we have the 8 union territories in our country, including the Delhi as a national capital territory. So we have 8 union territories in India, which are administered by the president through an administrator appointed by him or her, called a lieutenant governor or a chief commissioner. Union territories. State is having the state government, center is having the central government. And this is simply defined as the territory which is governed or ruled by the central government or by the union government. So it is known as union territories. The territories which is controlled, which is governed, which is ruled by the union government. So this is about the union territories. They have the head of the administrator is appointed by the president, and the administrators are known as either lieutenant governor or a chief commissioner. He or she can pass the law of a union territory. The parliament has the power to decide the structure of the administration in a union territory. Who is having the power? The parliament. The union government is having the power to take the decision or to decide about the structure of the administration. What type of the structure suits to any of the union territory, decision is taken by the parliament. The president may also appoint the governor of an adjoining states as an administrator of the union territory. So this is the another provision, and this is the right given to the president, governor of adjoining states as the administrator of the union territory. From the largest to the smallest, each state union territory of India has a unique demography. Unique demography they have, and according to that, what it is that? History, culture, dress, festivals, and the language. Every union territory they have their own. The 8 union territories in alphabetical order, just we are coming to discuss over here. This is the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. We have Chandigarh, Dadar, Nagar and Haveli, and the Daman and Diu, Jammu and Kashmir, Ladakh, Lakshadweep, National Capital Territory of Delhi, also NCT, and the lastly it is Puducherry or Pondicherry. Here on the map of India also it has been said, just located over here. This is the Jammu and Kashmir, then Ladakh, Chandigarh, Delhi. This is, here it is about the Daman and Diu and Dadra and Nagar Haveli, Lakshadweep. This is the island in the Arabian Sea. Puducherry also on the eastern coast, nearby Tamil Nadu. Then Andaman and Nicobar, already it is an island in the Bay of Bengal. Here it is Ladakh, recently developed in the year. It is been separated from Jammu and Kashmir, and in the UT in the January 2020, Dadar and Nagar Haveli they have been, and Jammu and Kashmir is on the 31st October 2019. This Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh has been separated and they have been declared as the union territory. Now coming to discuss with the union territories, the state of Jammu and Kashmir. There are the special provisions are there with the some of the union territories. Jammu and Kashmir was divided into 2 union territories, Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. And this division was done on this is the 31st October 2019. This has been done. Then we have this Jammu and Kashmir became a union territory with its own legislature. The 3 union territories, they have the unique feature. Others 5, they have the different features. So the same way the Jammu and Kashmir, it is having a unique feature like that. It has its own legislature, while Ladakh would be a union territory without any legislative assembly. Ladakh, they don't have this. Ladakh region is not having this facility. Jammu and Kashmir, Delhi and Puducherry have different operations from the other 5 union territories and have their own elected legislative assemblies and the executive councils of the ministers they have. These union territories, they have their special features, different from the other 5, because number of union territories are 8. So out of it, the 5, they have the different status, and the 3, they have their own elected legislative assemblies. This is then what it says about that. Delhi and Puducherry were accorded partially statehood, and Delhi was made the national capital territory of Delhi NCT and a larger boundary. They have the larger boundary with that. It was known as the NCR, National Capital Region, is also been there, which has been given as special status to Delhi. So this is all about the chapter, what it has been explained about that, the merger of the union territories, then the special provision of the Jammu and Kashmir was withdrawn by the recent governments, and both these, the Jammu and Kashmir has been separated and divided into the 2 union territories, Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. Jammu and Kashmir is having a bit different status in comparison to Ladakh. The same way we have Delhi and the Puducherry, they have elected legislative assemblies. They have their own executive council of ministers. The Delhi and Pondicherry were accorded partially. They have the statehood, but the Delhi is also made the national capital territory, and with a larger boundary, larger boundary was incorporated, known as the National Capital Region NCR. So this is all about the chapter.